Welcome back to more State of the USMNT, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm sorry I've taken a hiatus. I know I've been out for a couple of days out of the office. I was taking a breather, before the World Cup qualifiers kicked off. But today we're going to be talking about the starting 11 that I think BERHALTER should put out against Jamaica. The best starting 11 that I think we should put out to have the best chances of potentially beating an okay team, an okay Jamaican team. I'm also going to be talking about how many points we should be pulling out of these three games. Should we be getting 5, 7, 9? If we get a certain amount, is it good? Is it okay? Or is it a bust? We're going to be breaking that down as well. And I'm also going to be talking about some snubs that I did see in this World Cup qualifier window. We did break it down in my previous video, but I want to get into in depth a little bit. I kind of want to talk about why BERHALTER could have brought 30 players instead of 27. He mentioned in his press conference a couple of days ago that he had to make tough decisions. He had to leave some players out and bring some players in, and that's always a tough decision, right? According to him. But in my opinion, there was plenty of room to bring in more players than just the 27, and he could have brought in more players without cutting any of his players that he specifically called up, particularly picked out. What I'm trying to say is that he could have brought in a Joe Scully while bringing in a Bello, while bringing in a Moore. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to be breaking that down as well. And one last thing I do want to talk about before we get into this video, guys. I want to talk about the giveaway. We're giving away that Chelsea uniform for free, and we're also going to be giving a copy of FIFA 2022, a copy for free to one of you guys. And all you have to do to participate in these giveaways is basically just click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the comment section, comment anything positive about the show, anything positive about the USMNT, or anything positive about soccer. Share our content, follow us on our socials because we do interact with you guys a lot. And yeah, aside from that, that's basically it. You do all that and you're in it to win it. Also, guys, I do want to mention that we might be getting into a little bit of live streaming in the future. Maybe next week, maybe this week, who knows. But I do potentially want to start a little live stream. Maybe I might even do a live stream after the match, after the Jamaica match, the day after, and kind of just talk about the thoughts, our thoughts, what happened, what we thought about the game. Was it a positive, negative outcome, what you guys think? And I want to have you guys in the comment section, comment something, anything, AMA, I think it's called, Ask Me Anything, Q&A, and I'll answer that. So yeah, I might potentially do a live stream after, the day after, I apologize, the Jamaica versus US game. So you guys can kind of get to know me, and like I said, we can just break down the game. That's something I want to kind of throw out there. And if it goes good, maybe we continue to do that, right? So aside from that, that's basically all the announcements. Let's get into the video. So let's get into the starting 11 here. Now, I did want to wait to drop this video a little late because, well, these players are still taking, are still participating in their clubs' domestic leagues and all that stuff, and they're still playing for their clubs. So injuries can happen, and that is exactly what happened. As a matter of fact, guys, we have an injury here, and John Brooks seems to be out. Seems to be leaving the camp due to a back injury or an injury or something like that he's picked up. So he's banged up, and it seems like he might not be able to go for this window. So that's a tough blow for our defense. Obviously, some people were high on him. I'm high on him. Obviously, he's one of the leaders in our center back group. I think the most experienced, obviously, center back in our center back group, and has tons of experience to offer. But some people were a little bit upset about him and him getting called up due to the fact that he was kind of a lame duck to some people in the previous World Cup qualifier. Some goals were his fault, and yeah, in my opinion, there was some times where he kind of fell asleep and got left behind in the play and kind of didn't backtrack enough, causing some goals. But anyways, that's over, right? That's over. Now, to me, this is a tough blow due to the fact that he's just so experienced. You can just plug him in, and you know what you're going to get out of him. He's going to be solid. Yeah, he's a little slow, but he's still going to put out a solid performance, right? So now we got to obviously take out John Brooks from the starting 11, which is very tough. And another player that had to leave was Tim Ream due to family issues or something like that. So I think Zimmerman came in to replace him. Now, I'm not exactly sure who's going to come and replace Brooks. I'm assuming a Miazga. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. When Ream left, I expected a Miazga to come in since, Miazga's been doing okay for Alaves over there in the Spanish side, but it was Walker Zimmerman. So I am expecting Matt Miazga to come in here and take over for John Brooks if Brooks indeed can't go. So that will change my starting 11 a tad bit in the center back position, but don't fret, guys. We have a very capable prospect out there, and obviously you know who he is, Chris Richards. This guy is a player that I've been calling time after time. As a matter of fact, I wanted him in the September window. Obviously was solving his club situation, finally did. Has been playing a lot for Hoffenheim, and now he's a full go for us. Definitely deserves his call-up. So I might potentially be plugging in Chris Richards. or Mark Mckenzie, who's proven to be pretty good himself, experienced himself as well. So let's talk about the goalkeeper position, obviously. Now the goalkeeper position, we got the regulars, Matt Turner, Sean Johnson, actually not Sean Johnson, Zach Steffen, and Sean Johnson is the newcomer kind of. Well, Sean Johnson was incorporated in the previous World Cup qualifier window due to the fact that Zach Steffen had to leave. So yeah, it kind of balances out. So there was a lot of questions about Horvath not getting called in and Sean Johnson and all that stuff. In my opinion, I truly don't care. It's a third string goalkeeper position. I mean, in my opinion, they're not going to play. You're going to have to go through Matt Turner, Zach Steffen, or vice versa, and then the third string goalkeeper. So to be honest, it's not a big deal to me. But for starters, to start here, the goalkeeper I'm going to pick to start, obviously I'm going to ride the hot hand, which is Matt Turner. He played pretty good for us in the previous World Cup qualifier window, September window. Held it down, I think only allowed 2 goals. So overall, I mean, he did okay. I'll be honest, there's times where he kind of does make me a little nervous when, for example, our center backs pass it back to him and he receives it and tries to control it and then tries to send another pass. It kind of makes me a little nervous, especially when there's pressure coming up to him. But aside from that, shot stopping shots, blocking, all that good stuff, he's solid. So I'm going to take Matt Turner. If it ain't broken, it don't need to be fixed. So center back 1 is going to be Miles Robinson. I'm going to shift him from center back 2 to center back 1, which doesn't really matter because center back 1 and center back 2, they're both playing at the same time. Okay, so, but for the sake of this video, center back 1 is Miles Robinson. The guy's done enough. Came on at the Gold Cup, looked great. I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was, you know, it was just against low-tier competition. You know, I'm like, it's the Gold Cup, it's not a big deal. But the guy came in the previous World Cup qualifier window as well, and he showed up and he shut it down. He did his thing. For that, he continues to deserve call-ups, and that's why he's here. And that is why he's gonna be my center back 1. He's fast, he's physical, he's smart. I mean, everything you want in a center back, this kid has it. So he's a modern day center back. I like him a lot. Center back 2, I mean, we have a very enticing option here in Chris Richards, guys. Excuse me. Let me take a little swig of my Starbucks real quick. That's some good pumpkin spice, guys. You know it's the season, man. Hit up your local Starbucks shop to go get your local pumpkin spice. I mean, it's definitely deserved, especially in a cold weather like this. But anyways, Mark Mckenzie is going to be the option number 2 for me. I know Chris Richards, I mean, he's a solid, viable option. He's playing great right now, and in my opinion, is the future starter, the future center back number 1 for us. But for now, this is his first camp. This is his first, you know, World Cup qualifier window, guys. His first World Cup qualifier game. We got to take it easy on him. I think we start a Mark Mckenzie. Mark McKenzie's proven to be solid. Times where he has his little hiccups, and that's okay. Every young center back's going to have that. But what I really like about Mark Mckenzie is that he's proven time after time that he can make a mistake, but bounce back and just play great after that. He's proven it in the previous game against Mexico, and I think it was a CNL, the CONCACAF Nations League against Mexico, and then in this previous World Cup qualifier window, I forgot who he played against. He had a mistake. I think it was against Honduras. Had a mistake and just cleaned it up after that. So overall, the kid can bounce back, and I like that a lot. Also is very physical. Reminds me, I've said it in the past, reminds me of kind of a mix between a modern day and a throwback center back. Very physical, but very fast, very light on his feet, and I like that a lot about him. So for the sake of this video, for the sake of us losing John Brooks so fast, unexpectedly, I think Mckenzie, since he does have a little bit more experience than Chris Richards, I think he's going to get the nod here. So yeah, the center back group for me is going to be Miles Robinson and Mark Mckenzie. The right back position, it's a lot. Serginho Dest. I mean, the guy plays for one of the, well, actually, Barcelona's not one of the best clubs in the world anymore. As a matter of fact, as of late, they've been trending in the opposite direction. But overall, regardless of Barcelona's record, Serginho Dest continues to be a bright spot for that squad, for Ronald Coleman, and in my opinion, he's going to continue to do that. I know a lot of people complain about him saying, oh, he's not the greatest, he's not good for CONCACAF, but guys, he's the best right back we have, very experienced, can definitely switch the game in a play. Can go from defense to offense in a heap and score a goal for you. That's the type of player we have, and I mean, I'm going to continue to start this kid regardless. In my opinion, I just don't think we're utilizing him right. I don't think Berhalter's utilizing this kid to his full potential. This kid could definitely be a playmaker, change a game for you, and just doesn't seem like he's meshing or gelling correctly. And I think it's definitely due to the system, the schematic system, the tactical system, whatever Berhalter wants him to do is not functioning. So we definitely need to clean that up, because If he can play lights out for Barcelona, why the hell can he not play lights out for the USMNT? Left back, I'm going to go with Anthony Robinson. The guy should have been the lock for us at the left back position since we got off the plane at El Salvador, in my opinion. I'm not sure exactly why Berhalter didn't put him there, didn't start him there immediately on the first game of the World Cup qualifier window, previous World Cup qualifier window, but I mean, he has to start now. The guy definitely showed that he belongs. Came in against the Honduras and changed the game for us, scored a goal and had some pretty damn good runs on that left side. Was sending him some nice centers, some nice cross balls. So overall, the guy he's very energetic on the left side, very fast and very active. So we definitely need to start him, and I think he's a perfect complement to Serginho Dest on the left side. So Anthony Robinson, left back for me. Center defensive mid is going to be Tyler Adams for me. Although there are some prospects out there that are definitely taking some strides, like Gianluca Busio, guys, he is looking really good. I mean, there's no denying players like Gianluca Busio who also play that 6th role, that are a little bit more offensive. In my opinion, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Tyler Adams is great. Defensively, he's great. Offensively, I'll be honest, he doesn't really offer much. Gianluca Busio, if he can pack on some muscle, if he can get a little bit bigger and bulk up, guys, with the way that Gianluca Busio can just receive the ball and turn around in seconds and send a fast through pass, a decisive pass to his midfielders or his strikers, with the way he can do that, just bulking up a little bit, not going down so easily with contact. I mean, he could definitely battle Adams for that 6th role. That's what I think. And I think, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think Gianluca Busio can be better than a Tyler Adams because Gianluca's more offensive. Just can receive the ball and create. Tyler Adams is good, like I said, defending, but you want that offensive. And the more offensive players you have on the pitch, the better possibilities you have of scoring goals. That's what I think. And that's something that Gianluca edges Adams in that category, that offensive category. Adams, defensively, the guy's a 99% for me. But offensively, he's kind of iffy. Gianluca, he's getting better offensively, better and better for Venezia every single day. But if he could bulk up, he could get a little bit more physical. Instead of him going to the ground when there's contact, him putting people on the ground, if he could do that, then we got a problem. Then we got some competition there at the 6. But for now, I'm putting in Tyler Adams because the guy's a general. Keeps everything at bay, everything in front of him clean, everything behind him clean. He keeps that center back line clean, and the guy's an overall stud. The guy he knows where everybody needs to be, puts everybody in their place, in their position, and keeps that USMNT team stabilized, in my opinion. So yeah, Tyler Adams for now at the center defensive mid. At that center mid number 8, I'm going to start Weston McKennie. I'm glad to see that Berhalter and Weston McKennie have gotten past that whole COVID situation. Unfortunately, was sent home due to the fact that he did break that COVID protocol, and I'm praying to God that the kid learned from his mistakes, and he's moved on. He turned a new page. Because when we have Weston McKennie in that midfield, guys, we're a different animal. Our mid is a little bit more stabilized. Nobody can just run through us. It's not like, when we have a Weston in there, we have a presence. We have somebody there holding it down, just being chippy, not allowing opponents to just go through us in the midfield. The guy's there blocking, stabilizing us, right? But when he's not there, it's like the floodgates were open. Everybody's just rushing through the midfield. That's what happens, and that's what I'm saying. When we have Weston, it's just a presence. It's that grittiness, that attitude, that chippiness that I love about him. And he's obviously doing the dirty work all the time, putting on the overalls, just putting people on their ass, recovering balls for us defensively, and then just transitioning into offense. He's an engine. He's a motor. And with him and a Tyler Adams and a Eunice Musa potentially, I mean, our midfield could be solid. Could be second to none in the CONCACAF, in my opinion. But yeah, when Weston is in this team, when he's in the starting 11, I mean, our starting 11, the USMNT goes from here to here, new heights. And when we have him in the midfield, I mean, we could operate at full go. So I'm glad to see Weston back, and yeah, he's going to start for me at the center mid 8. Now in the more advanced role, in the more attacking role in that mid position, I'm going to play Eunice Musa. Now Eunice Musa, guys, a lot of people think he's a winger. Now, according to Greg here, this is from Greg. This is something that I read, but I heard from him directly from his press conference recently. He talked about how Eunice Musa is utilized at Valencia at the right wing due to the fact that Valencia just does it out of necessity. And Valencia supposedly told that to Berhalter. And Valencia has also told Berhalter that they see Eunice as a midfield. So that's why I'm assuming Berhalter is continuously and continues to play Eunice Musa at the mid. So that's why I'm going to put Musa at that mid position a little bit more advanced than a Weston. And the reason is because, well, Eunice is a little bit more offensive. The kid can play that right wing position, so he can create for you. The guy can go forward, loves to go 1v1, and loves to take on players. Beats them technically and beats them physically. The kid is gifted, and I'm so glad he picked us. So I'm gonna play him in that more advanced role. Recently saw a play where he literally went from like his side of the field, had the ball, and was just taking on players physically and just putting them. Taking them on, basically just putting them on an island and just beating them 1v1, and it looked amazing. It was a highlight reel. But Eunice, I mean, I'm glad we have a player like him. Offers a different dimension, something that other players don't offer. Has that physicality and that ability to beat you, like I said, 1v1 and go forward. So I really like that about him. He's going to be a nightmare going forward, and he reminds me a lot of N'Golo Kante, kind of a mix of N'Golo Kante and a mix of Paul Pogba. I know I'm reaching a little bit, but the kid is special, guys. So yeah, on the right wing, I'm going to start Brenden Aaronson, guys. Unfortunately, right now, obviously, we don't have Christian Pulisic, we don't have Gio Reyna, none of them. They're obviously out due to injury, and obviously that's a tough one. Anytime we don't have Captain America, or anytime we don't have that wonder kid Gio Reyna, you know, we do take a hit. We can only operate to a certain extent, but with the players we have right now, I think we can definitely pull out 9 points. That being said, we'll talk about that later. But for now, at that right wing, I'm going to start Brenden Aaronson, okay? I know it's very tough to have to start a World Cup qualifier window without your top wingers, in my opinion. But we have to do so. And this is where we have to come in with that mentality, next man up. We have to say, you know what? It is what it is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get these points. Let's recover, let's lick our wounds, and let's move on to the next World Cup qualifier window and potentially go into that World Cup qualifier window fully healthy. But for now, like I said, it's man up, next man up, and I think Brenden Aaronson can definitely take on that role, take on that right wing role, and do it well. The kid is special. Playing for Salzburg and is definitely having a lot of impact there. Obviously, you know what he can do for us at the USMNT level as well. Recently came in against Honduras, I believe, as a sub and scored a goal, had a goal himself. So it just seems like every time he's on the field, he's scoring or he's assisting or he's making this like crazy play, breaking players down, doing something special offensively. So aside from a Gio Reyna, Christian Pulisic, a Tim Weah, I'm going to pick up Brenden Aaronson to start. So yeah, right wing, Brenden Aaronson for me. At the left wing position, I'm giving the nod to Tim Weah. I've always wanted Tim Weah to be more incorporated into this club, into this starting 11. I really want to see what we have in him. The last good performance we saw was against Mexico in the CNL, where the kid was just breaking Mexico's backline, and he looked great. He looked fast and physical, and he looked hungry. He was going straight to goal, and I want to see a little bit more of him. Unfortunately, he was always stuck behind the depths of. He's always been stuck behind the depths of the Christian Pulisics and the Gio Reynas. And the previous World Cup qualifier, we didn't see him due to the fact that he was injured. So we're finally going to see a full load of Tim Weah in this World Cup qualifier window, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Aside from him having that track speed, that can isolate defenders, and he can obviously, if he takes that defender on 1v1 and beats him, good luck defense, good luck readjusting, because this kid is that fast. And even if he doesn't have the ball, just his pure speed, he can open up lanes for other players. He can kind of just push those defenders, kind of gravitate defenders towards him because he's that fast, lean the field a little bit, you know. And BERHALTER did express in his previous press conference that he wanted to go vertical. Trust me, you don't get more vertical than Tim Weah. This kid is a track star if he wasn't a football player, in my opinion. But aside from that, guys, he's been looking good for Leo. Like I said, assisted Jonathan David on that solid goal. And Leo's been giving him chances, whether he's coming off of the bench or starting. And it looks like he's grasping those chances and taking them. He's looking fantastic. I've always been a firm believer in Tim Weah. You know, if Tim Weah can go to a team where he can get developed, and they believe in him and they give him minutes and they play him, he can definitely turn into something special. Because he has a high ceiling. The way he plays, the way he looks, I mean, the kid's been in the PSG youth development his whole career, basically, almost. And he's been in Europe for a while. So the way he looks, the way he plays, if he goes to the correct club, this kid, his ceiling's right here. But for me, it's either he's a boom or he's a bust. Because he's that type of prospect. But yeah, I'm glad to see we're going to see a boatload of... a full load of Tim Weah in this World Cup qualifier window. Now we can see what this kid can do for us, and if he does great, we can potentially even incorporate him a little bit more into the starting 11 in the future. But yeah, one of the players that I'm really excited to see, guys. Trust me, Tim Weah is going to go off in this World Cup qualifier window. And you guys can come here and comment later. when he does do that. But yeah, left wing Tim Whale for me. And lastly, the striker position. I'm starting Ricardo Pepi, as Ricardo Pepi's my guy. I don't care if you guys think I'm overhyping him. I don't care what anybody says. He's the one scoring goals for us right now. I mean, you should be overhyping Ricardo Pepi because he's our offense. He's the one that jump-started our offense against Honduras. If it wasn't for him, we'd probably be 0-0 against Honduras. And we'd be having 5 points going into this World Cup qualifier window. BERHALTER not knowing if he's going to be the coach in the future, this and that. Now BERHALTER's safe and we have 7 points. All because of Ricardo Pepi. That's my opinion. You know, the media's over here saying how it's very tough to win on the road and all that stuff. But in my opinion, I think the media overhypes that crap. Winning on the road. This kid was 18 years old, didn't care if he was on the road or at home. And he just went in there and just scored a goal and assisted on 2 goals. So yeah, that BS about winning on the road, that it's tough. It is tough, but you can win. This 18-year-old proved it. He didn't care about stats. He didn't care about history, statistics. He didn't care about any of that. He just went in there and did what he had to do. Does what he does best, score goals. And right now, Ricardo Pepi is our hand. You could talk about Josh Sargent. You could talk about PIFA. Well, Sargent has had his chances. The guy hasn't scored anything. Has looked good for Norwich, but what does that benefit us? Nothing. Well, he's not scoring for us. P-Folk's looking good for young boys, but he's not in the club, right? You got Zardes, but let's be honest, Zardes, well, he's an MLSer. Not that I'm bashing on him, but let's be honest, Zardes has 1 goal here, 1 goal there, but aside from that, he's not consistent. Ricardo Pepi shows that he can consistently score for FC Dallas, has showed that in his first game, in his first 45 minutes coming off the bench versus Honduras, he came in and he did his thing, and he helped us get that 4-1 victory. So I'm starting Ricardo Pepi, man. I'm on the hype train. If you're not on the hype train, you're definitely missing out. But the hype train is real, man, and this kid is only going to get better and better and better. And that's why there's so many clubs out there in Europe just salivating over his services. Trust me, man. Ricardo Pepi, that transaction is going to be one of the most special ones coming out of the MLS in a while. Now, let me just repeat my starting 11 here, and then we're going to get into what I expect from this USMNT when they take on Jamaica. What I expect them to do and how they should play coming out for this first match in this World Cup qualifier window. Now, my starting 11 is going to look like this. Matt Turner, center back 1, obviously, like we said. Miles Robinson, obviously, John Brooks can't go due to injury. Center backs 2 is going to be Mark Mckenzie. Right backs, Virginio Dest. Left back, Anthony Robinson. Center defensive mid role is going to be Tyler Adams. Weston McKennie is going to be playing a center mid role as well. And in that more offensive role, in that center mid, is going to be Eunice Musa. Our strikers, obviously, that hype train Ricardo Pepi. At that right wing is Brendan Aronson, and left wing is going to be that speedster, that track star, Tim Weah. Now, how should we come out against Jamaica? Should we come out just full guns blazing, attack, 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 or should we just sit back a little bit, absorb, then counter attack? Now, you can play them, obviously, different ways, and in my opinion, I think they're going to be without they're going to be without Leon Bailey here, who, obviously, if you're a Jamaica fan, Leon Bailey, he's a very, very important player, a very, very important factor to Jamaica's success. Whatever Jamaica does successfully, Leon Bailey's involved. And unfortunately, it seems like unfortunately for the Jamaican side, it seems like Leon Bailey's not going to be available. So that's a good thing for us. It's a good thing for the US side, right? Now keep in mind, guys, they do still have players that can change this game a lot. And obviously players like Andre Blake, who plays for the MLS, Leon Moore, who plays for Reading, Bobby Reed, who's pretty damn good, plays for Fulham, Andre Gray, you know, Michael Antonio. They got that Tyrick McGee kid too. So they have some good prospects. They have really good prospects, and they were one of these teams that they had to come out. Well, they should have came out. They were supposed to come out, not should have, but they were supposed to come out, and they were supposed to qualify. I mean, they were one of the most talented teams on paper. Coming forward, they had players like I mentioned. You know, they were stacked. They had most of these players are playing in England, and they were supposed to compete, but for some reason, I mean, they're not doing so well. I think they're probably last or fifth or something like that, but they're towards the bottom of the table, not looking so pretty for them. And in my opinion, this is where I think we should come out and capitalize, right? We should come out and just put the pedal to the metal. That's how I think we should come out and play against Jamaica. Not only because Jamaica's struggling at the moment, but because if we come out and put the pedal to the metal immediately against Jamaica, we've set the tempo for the remainder of the World Cup qualifier window. Keep in mind, this Jamaica game, it's our first game in this World Cup qualifier window, obviously. So whatever happens here sets the tempo for the rest. I mean, you guys saw what happened against El Salvador. We came out flat, 0-0. It was a boring, non-exciting game, no creativity, no offense, and that set the tempo for the rest of the World Cup qualifier window, right? In September. Obviously, Pepe came in and saved the crap out of the day, but can we rely on that happening again? Can we rely on another 18-year-old or another player just putting the team on his back and saying, hey, I'm going to help this team win and I'm going to make this team win and I'm going to do whatever I can? Can we rely on that? I'm not sure we can rely on that anymore, right? This whole Pepe thing could have been a one-time thing, but that's why I'm saying that we need to come out and just put 2 goals against Jamaica. 2-0, 3-0, 1-0 even, and just clamp down on defense and just set the tempo. Get a victory. Try to find a way to get this victory against Jamaica so we can have a good rest of the World Cup qualifier window. Because if we do come out with a dub here, I mean, we're going to go full high confidence into Panama, which is a very tough team to play. And a lot of people don't think Panama is damn good. Guys, Panama, I mean, if you didn't watch the Panama versus Mexico game in the previous World Cup qualifier window, Panama was on Mexico for the first 30-35 minutes. Panama got a goal. They were up 1-0, kind of fell back. Not sure if they fell back because they were doing that systematically or tactically or technically. I'm not sure exactly, or they were just tired. But eventually Mexico did get a goal and the game ended 1-1. But Panama is looking good. So this is a very, very important game for us, a very vital game. We got to come out, we got to get that dub, and we got to go into Panama with a lot of confidence. That's what I think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, if you guys enjoy this content, this type of USMNT content from us, smash the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a lot, and it definitely helps this channel grow a lot. It definitely helps us go out to more USMNT fans, more US soccer fans find us, and we help more soccer fans convert to US soccer. So if you guys do enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share to everybody and anybody that you know that likes soccer. Follow us on our socials because we are very active there and we sometimes have some good takes there. So overall, yeah, our socials you should definitely follow, especially Facebook, Twitter, and obviously YouTube, yeah. And with that being said, if you guys also do all that, guys, you guys are in it to win it, a free Chelsea jersey and a free FIFA copy for free on us. And one last thing, guys, the day after the US versus Jamaica game, we're going to be doing a live stream where I'm going to be coming on here live. You guys are going to be asking me anything you guys want. Ask me anything, whatever it's called, AMA, Q&A. We're going to be talking about the US, the game versus Jamaica, what your guys' thoughts are, what you guys thought about the game, positives, negatives, what we should do going forward, all that stuff, a live chat. We're going to be doing that for you guys so we can kind of get to know each other and, you know, just hash out the game. Have some good soccer talk and just talk about it. So, yeah, the day after the US versus Jamaica game, guys, we're going to have a live stream for all you fans out there. Now, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do everything positive possible to help this channel grow. And in return, you're going to get amazing content and free giveaways. Aside from that, guys, my name is Marv. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. We definitely appreciate you guys here at the State of USMNT. Have a great day. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.